Looking back now, I don't know if what part of it was successful. Was it the fact that my body needed to lose the 60 pounds? Was it fasting, which is essentially, in my opinion now, just severe restriction? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda. If you don't know me, if you do know me, you've probably found me through eating a keto lifestyle. And if that is how you found me, let me know down in the comments or just comment how you did find my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day video, sharing with you my meals that I have throughout the day. Along with that, I'm going to talk to you about a change, reason for the change, and the positive with the change. Okay, for the last few years, again, if you have been following me, I was living the keto lifestyle. I started out this channel years ago, first doing beauty. And it wasn't, I love beauty and I love nutrition. Those are my two passions. The beauty arena wasn't really pulling at my heartstrings, if you know what I mean. What really got me into just going further with, the YouTube platform was when I lost a lot of weight, or when I started losing weight. The initial start, gosh, it was so long ago. I was 60 pounds overweight. I will link a video here about it. The first thing I even attempted was, I think it was Ally. It's a pill, and I remember just reading about it, went to Target, bought it, made me sick after, I think it was within the first few days, made me sick. So I got off of it. Funny thing is, I added that video while I was doing my beauty channel. So yeah, I was commingling things. Anyway, I got so many views on that story, on that video. I think it has surpassed 10,000 views. So when I saw that and I started delving into the weight loss journey, because I was 60 plus pounds overweight, I thought, well, I'm going to document it and help somebody else if I could. If I got that response with just a short video on Ally, I thought I can help some people because I am on board. I need to lose weight. I was feeling horrible, and I was doing a lot of research on how to lose weight, what to do. That's when I later found keto. The first person I found was Dr. Eric Berg, and it just snowballed. The snowballing was positive and negative. Positive in the fact that there's so much information out there. Negative in the fact that there was too much information and I was getting really confused and just bogged down with all the information, spending hours and hours of just my time in reading all about it and just watching all these videos on all these different YouTubers about keto. I started out keto and it was very successful. I did start out keto, low carb. I believe I was doing like 50 grams of carbs during that time, and also intermittent fasting. Looking back now, I don't know if what part of it was successful. Was it the fact that my body needed to lose the 60 pounds? Was it fasting, which is essentially, in my opinion now, just severe restriction? Or was it the low carbs, which is also restrictive? I don't know, but I did successfully lose about 63, 64 pounds. was successful. I was happy because that was the number one goal. Once I lost all that weight, I started feeling that it was too restrictive. I have always been a fruit lover, vegetable. I was always into all sorts of foods. I was never just one to restrict. And it was hard for me. So after a year, I lost it all within a year's time. The holidays, around the year that it was over, the holidays came into play. I'm sorry, my dogs are out there. I'm watching them here. I got off of it completely because I thought, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to maintain it. I did not. I gained back 10 pounds and it wasn't a good feeling because I felt like I had to start all over again and that wasn't good for me. I felt like a failure, to be quite honest with you. That 10 pounds came back so fast. I just thought, wow, I guess I'm not restricting enough or I'm just pigging out. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I will say it was during the holidays, so I did have cake and cookies and all those fun foods, right? Well, after the holidays were over, I had to deal with the aftermath. So I decided later on, it was a year later, to get moving again. What do I need to do to fix this? What do I need to start out doing? Do I need to restrict again? What do I need to do? Well, I jumped on keto again and nothing was happening. The weight wasn't coming off, nothing was happening. So I thought, okay, I need to go stricter. So I decided to jump on the carnivore bandwagon. And I did start losing. I lost a few more pounds and I felt happy that I was losing that weight. But I didn't feel so happy that I was being so restrictive again. But all in all, I felt okay. I felt great. And the health issues, side note, that I deal with are migraines and chronic pain. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia years ago and been on and off so many different medications. But that was the goal when I started carnivore. I had read so much information. I had seen so many people talk about how they stopped their medications, how all their blood work came out fantastic, how it healed them in so many different ways. I mean, it was awesome. That was my number one goal in starting. And then, obviously I wanted to lose weight too. But once I started hearing about all that, that was my goal. I didn't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. And I will say before starting this keto lifestyle, I never had issues with my blood work. No high blood pressure, no cholesterol, diabetes. My blood work always came back superb. Even during the time I was overweight, my blood work wasn't bad. And I was eating everything and a lot of everything, obviously. So when I started this way of eating, I got my blood work back. First time ever, my total cholesterol. Now this is total, I will say, was really high. I think it was, I'm not even gonna guess because I don't remember, but I remember it was high, which was abnormal for my blood work. And I didn't like it, even though I had heard it's okay. It's okay as long as your blood pressure was good, your A1C was good, all the other numbers were good, it was okay for that to be high. It was always in the back of my mind. I wasn't happy about it, but okay. Again, it's something to get used to. Then I started having physical issues. I started getting rashes. I started getting lots of cramping at night. an abundance of issues. And I don't want to make this video too long on that, but I started attributing it to this way of eating, because again, it's restricting, it's doing all sorts of things. So then the weight stopped falling off. It was just now slowly but surely increasing. And when I say increasing, it was all here in my midsection. I noticed I was getting flabbier, just flabbier. My stomach was, I know this is TMI, but my stomach was getting just flabby. Rolls, I was getting rolls again. But the funny thing is I wasn't really getting it anywhere else. It was just more mushy. I felt like my body was just mushy and my stomach was mushy, and and then I started walking, hoping that would, firm up things. I didn't like how I felt. I was very unhappy. Back of my mind, total cholesterol, just restricting. So you throw in the cholesterol, you throw in restricting, you throw in the flabby jelly. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's because I'm older. Yeah, I just turned 50 here in the fall, but that was before 50. So I didn't know what was going on. And then you start reading, not drinking enough water, electrolytes issue. It could be this. There was a myriad of things. I thought, wow, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. None of that. What am I supposed to be doing here? I was tweaking this, tweaking that, didn't like any of it. It was starting to weigh on my mind, and really weigh on my mind to where that was the focus. So here again, this lifestyle shouldn't be a focus because it should be easy. Just eat meat, eat fat, and be, reach satiety and you're good. Well, it didn't work that way for me. It was going more south for me. And mentally, it was really bogging me down. I didn't like it anymore. So I went ahead and stopped and did more research, and I found the starch solution. And I talked about this. I'll link a video right here. It was back in October, and reading about it, reading this book, found some people online on YouTube. I didn't really dive into it and research it enough, but I just knew I wanted to get out of the state of mind and how I was feeling. That for a few months and just got off of it. And the reason I got off of it was because carbs. It's obviously a high carb, starchy diet, and I was scared. I had been doing keto for so long. That's all that was in my mind. Fat, meat, chicken, no carbs, zero carbs or low carb. So it was like I had to retrain my mind and my way of thinking. And that was scary for me. If y'all have gone through this or thought about this, let me know in the comments below. Or if you're struggling now because it's so restrictive, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Or if you've had similar issues, let me know down in the comments. So I took a break for about a month or so to do some more research, to just dive into eating a normal diet. And I say normal in the sense of what works for me, what works for Brenda. Obviously, keto wasn't working for Brenda anymore. And I believe that it is not a bad way of eating. It just wasn't working for me. I turned 50, and when I turned 50, it was like something went off, and I thought, okay, I gotta do something. This fat here isn't gonna work. And visceral fat around your organs is a no-no, especially when you get older. It starts all sorts of problems. It's bad. it's not good for your heart. And I wasn't a huge person that worked out. You know, I do free weights here. I wasn't a huge strength training person. I wasn't a runner, none of that. So I thought, well, maybe, you know, keto and carnivore is more for people that strength train, because that's what I was seeing on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. These people were eating this way, but they were also doing a lot of heavy lifting. And some people say they did not, but I don't know. When you look at their physique, all these muscles popping out all over the place, you can't have muscle if you can't gain muscle like that unless you are working it out. I mean, muscle will diminish if you're not working it out. I mean, it's just the way it is. So I thought, okay, something's amiss here. Something does not make sense. So again, I delve into, you know, back to starch solution, more plant-based, and that's all I did for a while. And I continue to do so. And so far, I started it a couple weeks ago. All I'm gonna say is how I feel. How I feel has surpassed the way I have felt, or the way I felt doing keto. I am not kidding you. I wake up at 5 a.m. majority of the time, between 5 and 5:30. I do my workout, I do my strength training, or I walk. And I am on this couch about 7:30 watching TV with my husband. I am literally trying to keep my eyes open. I am so sleepy. I sleep I can't even explain how good I sleep. I wake up on my own right before it's time for my alarm to wake up. I have lost, and just in 2 weeks, I have lost, I believe it's 4 pounds. And it's not water weight because, again, I'm not restricting carbs. I've lost 4 pounds. And yes, I'm not eating any animal products. You know, that's what plant-based is. Whole foods, plant-based, however you want to look at it. So my primary focus right now is how I feel. And the bonus that comes along with it, if it is weight loss, obviously I need to lose that fat, especially in my tummy area or anywhere I have nasty fat. That needs to come off. And I think it was all that consumption of butter and fat that was just clinging onto me, and it wasn't burning off. I don't know how it was going to burn off, but it wasn't. So now my body is getting rid of that, which I'm happy about, because obviously it shouldn't be on my body. And again, it's all about how I feel. And I want to see my blood work in the next couple of months, and I want to see where it's at. I am hungry, so I'm going to show you my first meal of the day. So we'll get started on that. So for my breakfast, I'm going to have some oatmeal. It's already prepped, so I'm going to warm some up. I'm going to add a banana and add some blueberries. I'm first going to eat some greens, which I've selected broccoli. And since I'm following the starch solution method, it's 50% greens or veggies, and then it is 50% starches. So my starch will be my oatmeal. So I'm going to go ahead and prep that, and I'll show you once it's done. Okay, here we go. So I've got my broccoli, and I added some garlic salt to it. And on top, I added some, this is a mixture of everything but the bagel seasoning along with nutritional yeast. It's the mixture I have in here. I added almond milk to give it a creamier texture. I added the bananas, blueberries, and I also added some cinnamon, some vanilla extract, just a little bit for, a little bit more flavor. And then I added a mixture, which I have right here, of flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. And I added just a few, a sprinkle on top. So this will be my breakfast until it's lunchtime or whenever I get hungry again. Another reason I chose to go this route also is because, like I said, those things were just kind of going around in my mind, ruminating all about that. And I've mentioned this before as well, I have a family member who is really sick. They are severely diabetic. They are type 2 diabetic and just really sick. They have just a lot of their internal organs are failing. There's no dialysis yet, but there's been a couple of surgeries. There's been a lot. There's a lot of mental issues going on. They do have dementia. And when I see this family member going through this, it is slowly just, there's no going back. You cannot reverse it. Maybe it's possible with diet, you can kind of stop it in its tracks, but you cannot reverse it. The damage has been done. It's been done with the standard American diet. It just, sugar, junk, processed foods. That is, I believe, and what I've read is processed foods are the killer. They are the killer. They damage your body, your mind in so many ways. So when I am seeing this happen, in front of me, and I see other family members taking care of this person, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to put somebody in that position to have to take care of me for food, for processed foods, for cake, cookies. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to become obese. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't like being overweight. I don't want to be sick, especially mentally sick. I don't. This has changed my life. Seeing, my family member go through this, it has changed my life. And in a way, changed it for the good as far as me making better choices in eating. But in a way, it's almost jarring. It is very mentally draining for me because I'm seeing this happening. It's sad, it's depressing sometimes, and I don't want that. I don't want that, and I'll do anything not to be that. I'll do anything. If it means eating whole foods, unprocessed for the rest of my life, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And just eating these processed foods that have all these chemicals and just nasty oils, hydrogenated oil, all of that for what? To damage our insides, to get obese, to get overweight, to have high blood pressure, to get diabetes. It's not for me. It's not for me. So when I go back and talk about how it was in the back of my mind about the cholesterol, that's why. It's because I don't want to be in a bad position. And I don't know if I stayed on keto, I don't know 5 years from now or 10 years from now, is it going to take over my arteries? Is it going to come back, tenfold and damage, my insides? Yeah, in the short term, yeah, I was was I losing weight or was I just losing water? Who knows, right? But my whole thing is moving now and moving forward, what I want for myself for the rest of my life. You know, being 50, and I want to live a long, healthy life. If I die at 75, but my mind was still there, or I die at 100, but my mind is still there, I'm good with that. You know, to me, eating, cakes and cookies and, damaging my insides, it's not worth it. But I will say, I'm not going to say I'm never going to have that again, because there are celebrations. But if I can control it on a day-to-day basis, not buying it, not bringing it in my house, I'm going to do that. And also, my husband does not eat my lifestyle, my way of eating. So that is very challenging. It is, but he's not there yet, and that's okay. He's an adult. He can eat the way he wants to eat. But for me, I can control what I put in my mouth and in my body. So that's what I'm going to do. I love vegetables. I love fruits. And I've talked about it before, how I missed all that. So I am just in awe, happy. I wake up super excited to have my coffee and have my vegetables and have my starches and have my fruits. I love it. It is so satiating for me. I don't crave sweets. However, I will say that if I do want something sweet, I'm going to go in my freezer and get some frozen pineapple, and that kills it immediately. Let me know down in the comments if you do eat a plant-based diet, vegan diet, whatever diet or way of life you eat. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite fruits are. Mine, I love tropical fruits. Pineapple and mangoes, those are two of my favorites. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm eating next, because I'm getting those hunger cues. And hunger cues, it's weird. I was always pushing them away, doing intermittent fasting and how long can I go because I want to lose weight. And now I feel like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt my body. I don't want to ignore what my body wants for me. So if my body is telling me I am hungry, I'm going to feed my body, because we only have one body. We got to take care of it. All right, so let's go ahead and eat. Okay, for lunch, I'm going to have a salad, which is going to be my greens. Then I'm going to have a sweet potato for my starch. So I have my salad here. I'm gonna put some my lettuce. I have my lettuce here, my cucumbers, and I'm gonna add some edamame to it. And I have a few tomatoes. And then I've made my dressing from scratch. This is my favorite dressing so far. I will list it down below. It is a recipe by Plantifully, I always have an issue saying that, Plantifully Kiki. She's awesome. She's got some awesome recipes. I bought her book here. And yes, it's something that if you are following this journey, you might want to pick it up. I got it on Amazon. I will link it down below. She's got awesome dressings and very, very tasty, low fat. So let me go ahead and get started here, and I will show you once it's complete. Okay, here we go. Here's my salad. I added about 3 handfuls of salad and chopped it up a little bit, of lettuce and chopped it up, and made room because the bowl is a little bit smaller. And then my sweet potatoes, there are 2 here, and I added some cinnamon. And on top of my salad, I also added a mixture of nutritional yeast along with everything but the bagel seasoning. So this is lunch. So my goal again is, if I haven't already brought it up, is to be healthy. To be healthy moving forward. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm trying to be as healthy as I can for the rest of my life. And if it starts with what I put into my mouth, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's where I'm gonna keep going. That's the path I'm gonna keep following. But again, there's so much information out there, and I just want to talk about those here. If you have not watched the documentary Forks Over Knives, please go watch that. That to me, when I saw that, I saw it a long time ago, but then I saw it again here recently. That is an eye-opener. And please go watch that. Just even if you're not following this way of eating, go watch that. You'll be amazed at all the information. And also this book, you can find a lot of information about this online as well. And Dr. McDougall is the doctor. He's the guru. He's the go-to for starch solution. So you might want to watch some videos. And also, to help you more and to break it down the best way possible for you to understand calorie density, you know, having all these calories, getting full on fruits and vegetables and starches compared to just oils, nuts, meat, beef, all that. Watch this video, and I will link it down below, by Jeff Novich. He breaks it down really good on calorie density, the descriptions, everything you need to watch. It is so good. Okay, it is dinner time. It is 4:45, so I'm going to start preparing my dinner. And I am going to do a stir fry. So I'm going to be using these vegetables, which have, if you can see the picture here, just stir fry veggies. And then I have some leftover broccoli, use that up, and my white rice that I made at the beginning of the week. I'm gonna put some of that in as well. So I'll go ahead and get this prepared and show you once it's completed. Okay, and for flavor, I added some garlic salt to the veggies, and then I'm going to add on top, once everything's completed, this dressing. It's like a soy sauce. And again, I have gotten a lot of the dressing recipes, or I should say all of my dressing recipes, from this book here that I mentioned earlier, Plantifully Lean by Plantiful Kiki. She's got so much, just so many recipes, so many ideas, and it's an awesome book. And again, I mentioned earlier, I got it from Amazon, but there are some recipes that I use constantly, or I should say I make constantly. So yep, let me go ahead and finish up. Okay, here we go. Here is the final product. I get so excited eating this food. It is so tasty. And I put all the veggies on just a single bed of rice. It's like a cup of rice. So, and I topped it off with that dressing. And like I said, everything will be listed down below, but I'm ready to enjoy. Okay guys, we've come to the end. I'm gonna sign off here. If you've been with me this far into the video, I wanna thank you for being here, taking the time out of your day to watch this video, to listen to what I have to say. And if you haven't already and you like these types of videos, please hit that thumb, hit that like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload another video. See you soon. Go watch this video next.